Hello, welcome to this nutshell video on estate planning and special needs trust. Nobody wants to talk about dying, but the reality is we're all going to die someday. And if you don't decide what happens to your estate after you die, then the state decides for you. And having a will gives you control over what happens. If you have a child with a disability, it's especially important that you plan for what happens after you die. One of the things that you may consider as part of your will is preparing a letter of intent. And a letter of intent is simply a letter that you write to the people that you leave behind on caring for your child with a disability. You could write a letter of intent for a child who didn't have a disability. It's just transferring the information that's in your head that you would normally tell someone who is going to care for your child, and putting it down on paper. So it's documented and it's easy for them to follow. This could be a list of doctors and specialists. It could be a history of surgeries, allergies, medications, really whatever the people that you leave behind need to know on taking care of your child. So if your child gets government benefits, if your child gets SSI, now we have another nutshell video on SSI, and as a reminder, it's based on having low income and disability, the level of disability. So if your child gets SSI, then he has to stay within that income limits to be able to continue to receive benefits. So if your Uncle Bob dies and leaves your child money or property, then that could jeopardize his benefits. So a way to get around that is to create a special needs trust in the name of your child. So Uncle Bob would leave the money to the trust instead of leaving it directly for your child, and then it wouldn't be counted as income with regard to the benefits. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to create a special needs trust. You can go to an attorney and they can do that as part, they can draft your will for you and do the special needs trust as part of it. And then you can also, there's a lower cost way to do it. You can do part of a pooled trust. And so in the state of Georgia, there are two, the ARC Georgia Pooled Trust and Georgia Community Trust of BDI, and BDI stands for Bobby Dodd Institute. If you go online and you Google Pooled Trust of Georgia, then you're going to get a lot of information and you can call them and you can talk to them about it. One of the things, it's really important to create the trust before you need it, because there's some real legal consequences that we don't have time to get into today with Uncle Bob dies, leaves your child the money, they have the income, and then you've got to scramble to create the trust after the fact. And there's some consequences for doing that. If you can, go ahead and create it before you actually need it. Okay, so if you're a Coweta parent and you've got questions, absolutely reach out to me, although I've told you basically what I know about this, but I can give you some more resources. If you're not a Coweta parent, then you can go to parentmentors.org and go under Find a Mentor and see if you've got a parent mentor in your county. I hope you do. You can also reach out to Parent of Georgia. They have a fabulous website. The 1-800 number puts you in contact with another parent of a child with a disability who can help you navigate and guide you and send you additional resources. All of their services are free, as are mine. So I hope that helps, and let me know what your questions are.